Hi guys, this is Shorts in Short on R2TV, and as usual, I am Eloise, your humble host, bringing you loads of interesting stuff, directors, short films, for your enjoyment and entertainment. Anyways guys, you're going to be seeing more of that when we come back from this break, but just stick around, do not go anywhere, don't touch your remote control. If you touch it, your TV will off. Take it. Anyway, that was me acting, no acting. Anyways guys, we're going to be back in a bit, and you guys are going to be enjoying more of Shorts in Short on R2TV. Stick around.
My name is Tolu Ajayi, and you're watching Shorts in Short.
My name is Ososanya. I'm not married, single, come from a family of 3 children. I'm a middle kid, so that comes with a whole lot of baggage. Actually studied accounting initially, but I'd always had a creative leaning. Right from my primary school days, when I think the first time one of my teachers gave us an assignment to write a story. And from then I just couldn't stop. That was the only thing I actually really enjoyed doing without being asked to. And something I just kept on doing, but with the Nigerian environment being what it is, there's always the pressure to be a professional. So that's led me off that path. But by the time I actually finished my degree, I realized that I did want to pursue a creative career, or a career in the creative arts. So also my love for writing and my love for narrative, my love for film, I realized that while I'd been doing all that writing, I always pictured it as films, but at that time I didn't know anything much about filmmaking, and filmmaking wasn't really a career people really aspired to in Nigeria at that time. So it took a long time to get here, but I eventually navigated my way. Short films for many years have been a means in which to cut your teeth, one, to learn the craft, one, two, it's been a means of exposure for filmmakers all over the world. There's so many great directors around the world now that started by making short films, either from when they were kids or when they went to film school and decided to show something. It's like a short film, basically like a CV. It's your resume to show, okay, this is what I can do. And at the same time, it's an opportunity to find your own voice as a director. It's a chance to test things out, try things out relatively cheaper, or on the cheap. There are a lot of people that started with short films, and someone like Robert Rodriguez started making short films from his childhood days, making short films with his siblings. And before the first film that we know him for, or most of the world knows him for, he had made so many. And that's what he was able to allow him to get to make such a good first feature film, which people thought that, oh, this guy just came out overnight, but this guy through short films had been building. The same thing with people like Scorsese and Christopher Nolan had made short films before they actually made a first feature film. So it's basically like sparring with a partner in the gym before you actually go into a fight. You can't just wake up and say, oh, I'm going to fight somebody. You have to spar first. You have to learn your reflexes and the other person's reflexes. You have to anticipate, and you have to build on that before you actually jump into the game. So short films are not as easy as people would assume, but it's a way of cutting your teeth before you actually jump into making a feature film. I started in the industry, I think 2006, officially, and I started as a writer, but eventually felt that I wanted to go into directing because while I'm writing, I'm always imagining how it plays out. So I write a script, try something out, learn from it, write another script, try something out, learn from it. So yeah, between now and since 2007, I'll say. made documentaries too, and a couple of other things. Well, I was thinking of the concept of assumption and the concept of infidelity. And I knew it was going to be a no-budget film, basically. Although we eventually did spend some money, but it started as a no-budget film. So I thought to myself, what can I write that tells a good story, but limited locations, limited cast, and can be done for the barest minimum. And when I put together assumption and infidelity, out came Bliss. And I just wanted to play on those notions that we as humans, basically we jump to conclusions a lot because you want to counteract it. You do something and you find out at the end of the day that it wasn't what you thought it would be. So I thought that was a very interesting narrative to play on. The name is called Bliss, and it's a play on the word marital bliss, blissful life, and wishing somebody bliss in their marriage. And it's a story about a young couple who've been married for a little while, like a year plus. And the husband comes back one day and there are some suspicious looking items in his gym bag, which causes his wife to come to her own conclusions and take certain actions. It was quite interesting compared to some of the previous times I'd shot some things. It was interesting. We were a three-man crew, myself, the producer, and the DP. So with just the three of us, we were able to tell the story. And working with that limited crew showed me that what was possible. That I don't need all the money in the world, or you don't need all the large crew to pull something off, pull something decent off. We shot from about 5, 6 in the evening till about midnight. So that's a few minutes you see actually took quite a while. And before that, we'd spent between 10 in the morning, from 10 in the morning, rehearsing, blocking, planning, and doing a lot of things to build up to that point. So it essentially took the entire day from about 10 in the morning, 9, 10 in the morning to about midnight. I was living in London at that point, so obviously that was my geographical location at that point. So I wanted to do something within that setting, and at that point I was inspired by the British filmmaker Alfred Hitchcock, and the story happened to be based on an interview I'd heard him. One of his old interviews I listened to. It's really inspired me out of a creative block I was in, and that's what inspired how the film was made and some of the nuances of what we did with the film. Well, I hope they see this after I watch the film, but it's about not jumping to conclusions. You don't just assume things and take actions the way you can't come back from the repercussions, or where the repercussions are more than the perceived wrong. What you think someone has wronged you, and you take a certain action and your action is 10 times more than what you thought the person did. And it's even worse when you find out what the person did is not, you were wrong about your assumption. So it's basically for people to think about that. I want the audience to experience it like the characters experienced it, and I hope the film achieved that. Well, I hope they experience a pleasant ride. Hope you are held in suspense and experience it the way the characters experience it. And I hope when it comes to an end, you have enjoyed what you watched.
Nice. Now, I've always had a fascination for cameras, filmmaking in general. And I just wonder how, you know, these creative guys get to put stuff together. And yeah, I keep saying I probably shoot a short film myself. Anyways, you guys just met Yomi Ososanya, and he shot the short movie called BLISS. Now, BLISS is actually a twist, like a brain teaser. So you guys would actually enjoy this one that's coming up. And Yomi has told you all about himself, his love for short movies. And so you guys should just sit back, relax, and enjoy this short movie titled BLISS, shot by Yomi Ososanya. Enjoy.
My name is Tolu Ajayi, and you're watching Short in Short.
Babe.
Put it straight in the machine. Oh, you stink.
Love it. Would you rather be a fish? Would you rather be a fish? Fish is an animal. Swims in the sea. Oh. Stop, what are you doing? Come on, what are you doing?
When?
What?
Why?
Just
Just shut up! I don't want to hear it! I'm sorry. Hi, Brad.
Hi Stacey, sorry to disturb so late, but David and I got our gym bags mixed up.
Such a charismatic personality, bright eyes, and a blinding smile.
My name is Tolu Ajayi, and you're watching Short in Short.
Every industry has its metamorphosis. Every industry has its paces of growth. If you look back at Hollywood, it started from the silent era of the films of the Laurel and Hardys. It had the Buster Keatons. It had the Charlie Chaplins. Then it evolved to the talkies. From the talkies, it went to color. From color, it plateaued at a certain point till it's got to the 70s, where people like Scorsese and Francis Ford Coppola and George Lucas and Steven Spielberg came out of film school, and they decided, you know what, we don't like the way things are going right now. This kind of movies don't sell to this type of generation anymore, so we're going to do something different. And when they did, they inspired a lot of people. It plateaued again in the 90s when people like Tarantino and David Fincher and Spike Jonze and a couple of other filmmakers came out. So they too inspired an entire generation of new filmmakers. In fact, a lot of the current generation of Nigerian filmmakers were either inspired by Robert Rodriguez or Tarantino or City of God, which was a huge inspiration. So I believe that every film industry has its evolution, has its processes, and Nollywood is also going through its process. It's had a certain era of films and new voices are coming in, and those voices are just going to be parts of the evolution. There's nobody that's a savior to Nollywood. There's nobody that's, no one person, no one filmmaker, no one director or producer that's a savior. But if each person brings their own part and acts as a catalyst, it can help a growth spurt. Like when Kunle Fonaya came out with Figurine, it showed people that, okay, we can do things like this, and it has led to other people making films at that level. So I just want to play my own parts, and there's no assumption that I'm going to be some messiah of some sort, but I just want to come in, play my part, and hopefully inspire other people the way I was inspired by other people. Well, hopefully before the end of the year I should have something. If all plans fall into place, I should have something done. Working on developing something right now. So if all goes according to plan, before the end of the year I should have something else out.
My name is Tolu Ajayi, and you're watching Short in Short.
I just took the director's cue on action and did that. It's nice. Anyways, guys, that was Bliss. Yes, like I said before, it's a total brain teaser. Just twist your head and the part where the guy had to the girl was suspecting that the guy was cheating on him, and she went through his stuff and all that, and then she beat him, tied his hand, and then found out that all that belonged to his friend. If you were a girl, how would you react? Yeah, you can tell us that on our social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Go ahead and tell us, if you were a girl in that kind of situation, the Bliss kind of situation, how would you react? Would you go ahead smashing your boo in the head with some tennis rack? Anyways, guys, this is the end of Shots in Short today, not forever. And as you know, you can always interact with us. Tell us stuff, what you think about the movie, the storyline, what you think about the director himself, how you think we can improve. We're always bothering on improvement because there's always room for improvement. This is the end of today's episode, and I will be leaving you with Bliss. I want you guys to watch it again. So this is Bliss again. This is Eloise signing out today exclusively, telling you I will see you next week. Have a wonderful week ahead. See you guys. This is Bliss. Bye-bye. Have a blissful week. Blissful week.